Hello tankers, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, and today I'm excited to get this video out. This is our first video on one of our newer line of tanks. This is the Mato Sherman, the M4A3 Sherman to be exact. And if you don't know, Mato is the luxury side of RC tanking. We do have a lot of brands that we sell, from Heng to Tangda to Toro. We had Tamiya on there, but Mato represents the top end because these tanks are all metal, and what you see before you is everything that comes out of the box with your Mato tank. And the beauty is about these, you have to do no work to it. You don't have to put anything on it. So unlike a lot of the Henlongs and Tangdas where you gotta use glue and put on all the accessories and bits, these models come fully complete out of the box. And like I said, we'll show you in a little bit, it's fully metal, soup to nuts. Everything on this tank is metal, and they are handcrafted. That's one of the biggest things about Mato tanks. You'll notice when you do get your Mato tank, it comes with like this sort of credit card, if you will. It's really like, you know, sort of gives it that expensive feel to it, but it's really cool in that you got, each tank is numbered. So inside the tank, there's a metal plate installed that has the exact same number. So if you ever have an issue with your Mato tank, you could contact us, we could contact the factory directly, and they're gonna have all the information on with the person who put this tank together. So your tank is your own. That's what's really awesome about these things. But let's get into a little bit about the tank here you see before you. So again, out of the box, the tank comes fully complete. You just have to add the one gun, which again is all metal. You just place that on top, but when you pull it out, it's going to be wrapped up beautifully. We did a live unboxing. You could see here, I pulled it out, and that was my first impressions of the tank. I'd never seen a Mato tank in person before, so it was really exciting to do it there. One of the other great features about it is the case itself. You get this beautiful metal case full of padding inside, perfect for storage, perfect for transport, and just an overall great thing, better than any of the other you know, tank brands, you know, sort of compartment to keep everything safe. This is a really nice feature. Even if you don't use this for the tank itself, if you're going to end up displaying it, it becomes a great little case that you could have for anywhere else. So you also get a transmitter out of the box with your charger. You do get some extra track links, a lot of them if you need to replace track links or make adjustments. Let me move the case out of the way. I'm just going to put that off to the side here. But again, beautiful logo on it. Really love it. And now we have the tank in front of us, and it is pretty hefty. I'm going to say the tank weighs close to 15 pounds out of the box, which is pretty awesome. The battery's already pre-installed in there, and we'll get to how you charge it in a second, but you do get a nice charger. It has some lights on the bottom, and the battery inside is a 3000 milliamp lithium ion battery, and when you plug it in, you charge it through the tap. You never have to take it out of the tank to charge it. There's a little lead in here, we'll show you. You could just plug it in, 2 red lights go on, and when they turn green, you are fully charged. Now you also get this great envelope. That's gonna have your all the instruction manuals and everything you're going to need for your tank. I'll just show you the instruction manual itself. Really nice, not even on like regular paper, it's on like a covered paper, if you will. But that's going to give you all the information on how to start up your tank, how the controls work on the transmitter itself. Then the transmitter, the only thing you're going to have to supply are going to be 4 AA batteries. You're going to need to put those in yourself. That's the only thing you have to bring to the table with your Mato tank, and that's no big deal. But the transmitter, nice and beautiful, has a little cover here that I could take off for the LCD screen. But everything is already pre-programmed, so you don't have to bind it or anything. It's going to come out of the box ready to go. But the way you turn this on, once the batteries are in, push and hold these 2 buttons, and you hear the sound. And now you'd be ready to go, and then turning it off, just push and hold both buttons, and it'll turn off. You also get some smoke oil. The smoke oil is for the smoke unit that's pre-installed, and you get a nice lead, if you will, a long extender that you're going to be able to shove through the exhaust all the way in, and then you just got to squeeze a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to flood your smoke machine. But now, before we get into the tank itself, let's just talk about all the features that this tank has. So again, the main feature about Mato tanks, not just this Sherman, all the Mato tanks, is that they are handmade. These are not mass produced. They don't make a ton of them. That's why they're very exclusive. Each Mato tank is individually fabricated and assembled by someone in the factory, resulting in a one-of-a-kind replica. You'll be the only one who has the version of your tank that you get, which is awesome. You got customized controls. Again, the 10-channel Flysky transmitter that's included and the TK50S multifunction control board help offer all the scale realism that this tank has, from the barrel recoil to the 360 turret traverse to the smoke unit to the amazing sound system on it. You get the headlights, you get sound, you're able to adjust the track tension, you've got track recoil, you got barrel recoil, you've got infrared battle system, so these tanks have it pre-installed. Inside the tank, you've got metal gearboxes, the 5-to-1 ratio metal gearboxes that provide powerful operation and supreme durability. And another great feature is that 360-degree turret rotation. It's not offered by all brands, it's on very select RC tanks, but the fact here, you could get that scale realism on the battlefield with full 360 degrees of rotation is really, really awesome. And one of the beautiful features of this Sherman specifically from Mato is that they faithfully recreated that VVSS suspension. That was pretty scale accurate on this tank, which is better than any other Sherman I've ever seen. When you see it traverse over rocks or sticks, it really looks beautiful, and it was something designed for the Sherman alone, and really looks well done on this 1/16 scale tank. So there you have it, guys. That's an overall feature list for most Mato tanks, and then some that are specific to this Sherman in front of you. But now, before we plug it in and get playing, I want to show you how simple it is to actually get inside your Mato tank before we do all that. So what's beauty on this Sherman, when you open these metal doors back here, you will see that there is a single screw on the back. You'll also see your balance lead. That is attached. That'll help you charge the battery. You can leave that right there. And you have your on and off switch. Easy access for the tank itself. But this screw is what I want to take out first. It's just one screw. You'll be really, I was really excited with how simple this was to get the top off and get inside if you ever need to make any changes, you want to change out your battery. So we took that screw out. I'm going to just close the doors here for 1 second, and then you'll see from the back, if you start lifting up, it lifts right off. And then you want to slide from the front. It's just a lip that it slides in, and then never yank the top off your tank, because again, all the electronics, the lights, the turret traverse, all this stuff is attached to the top of the tank. So you just want to slightly lift, and you'll see all the wiring inside that's connected to this tank. And then I can rest it here. So again, we have all the wiring for the top. The 360 turret traverse is up here, very easy to see. You've got a lot of your light leads are all attached to this one multifunction control board that's on the bottom. Then when you see inside, you're going to see your receivers mounted to the side. You have your speaker right in the dead center. Again, if you ever needed to change that. You will see your two tubes for the smoke unit. Those are your exhausts. So that's where you're going to insert the oil, the smoke oil, when you need a refill. You put it right up each side, give it a little squirt, and you're done there. You got your battery pre-installed on the side, and as I said, these batteries are kind of special because they soldered their own lead to the battery to extend the balance tap so that it can fit to make it easily to plug in. But you can remove that if you want and just tuck it all the way in, up to you. But I like the fact that I never have to take this battery out if I don't want to. It makes it really simple to just charge it that way. And then in the front, you see those two gigantic metal gearboxes. Really all metal gears throughout. It's really beautiful to see the twin motors there that power each side of the tank. Really well done. Really beautiful. And then lastly, you see on the side your metal plate that's mounted to the side that's going to have your specific tank model number. So if you ever have an issue, that matches up to your number on your card and you are good to go. And then to put it all back in, you just turn it over. You want to slot in, just fit it on where it's supposed to go. You press in the front as I did, and then we can just take that screw, put it back in, You could get it started with your hand because it is pretty big. You could probably just hand tighten it. I mean, I can't imagine any reason it needs to be too tight, but give it a couple good turns and then you are good to go. All right, so the next step is let's plug it in on the table and just talk a little bit about the controls. And then lastly, we'll get it outside and show you it on the grass and the dirt and stuff like that. But first things first, I'm gonna turn on the transmitter. Now I wanna show you, I already turned it on earlier, but if I have like one switch just down for some reason, when you turn on the transmitter, it's gonna make a noise and let you know that all your switches need to be up. So all these 4 switches always need to be to the top. Next thing, let's open up your hatch again and let's turn on the tank. Now you will hear it bind up, and you'll notice right off the bat that once you move something, that's when you're gonna start hearing things move. All right, so I move the turret will traverse up and down. The turret, let's do the full 360, let's show you that. So that's full 360, it'll keep going, which is really cool. Now this is all being done on the left stick, so turret up and down, turret traverse. Right now the tank doesn't drive. That's because it is out of the box with everything up, it's in the neutral position. Now what I've learned since I did the live unboxing, these 2 switches don't actually do anything. They're not in use, so that's extra channels if you ever want to add anything else to your tank. Your 2 main switches are going to be a combination of these 2, the B and the C. They're 3-position switches. So in order to get the tank to actually have movement, we want to leave the B switch up and we want to put the C switch down. That starts the tank up. You can hear that nice startup sound. And we can hear, I believe the smoke unit has started going. So everything starts up. But now let's see. If I start driving it, still nothing happens. Now I'm gonna put the switch back to the top. That puts me in drive. If I bring the switch down now, it'll turn it off. So your C switch is your main switch for powering. So when it starts all up, down to turn it on and get it going. That won't unlock the drivetrain though. That'll just give you the sound, the smoke, and all those features. Putting that switch back up allows you to start driving it around. Then bringing it back down will turn it off. So your C switch is probably your most important switch. Now if I bring it back up, nothing happens because again, we're in that position where we were at the start. Nothing's gonna move, but the turret on this side, that'll always move once it's armed. So I'm just gonna bring this back here. So again, we're gonna go down, start the tank up. We're going. Now I'm gonna bring it up, and now that allows me that proportional control. So the slower I move the stick, the slower the tank will move, scale. If I fully power it, you can see it could get unscaled pretty quick. And then when I'm up, I can make my turns. You gotta give it a little upward throttle. That's what I like about the precision on this transmitter. If I just go fully right or fully left, it doesn't turn. I have to give it a little bit of up to get it to do its turn, unlike some other tanks. Normally, if you just go straight to the right or straight to the left, it'll start spinning, but it doesn't do that here. Now let's just get into some of the other buttons. So on the left side here, I have machine gun. So see, one of the lights will go. There's 2 machine gun sounds. If I pull this little handle to the left, that's a machine gun, and then the other machine gun to the right. So then you can fire them both. This the top right, if you will, is my barrel. So that's gonna fire my barrel. And the beauty is, it's on like a delay. You can't rapid fire it. So you gotta wait till it reloads before you can send it again. And that gives barrel recoil and full tank recoil. And then on the left, if I go up, I believe that's my volume. So now you just hear the smoke unit with everything off. To turn off the smoke unit, you could bring the B switch down. So now it still has the ability to drive, we haven't turned off the neutral, the throttle. You still have full functionality. Just the smoke unit's off and I lowered the sound. I can bring the sound up by just pressing this one at a time in that direction. And then if I move left, the machine guns, you don't hear the machine gun. The cannon will still fire, but you don't have sound because the volume is all the way down, which makes it easier. And then, lastly, with the B switch down and the smoke off, if I put the C switch down, that'll power on my headlights. And I can still drive. So now if I put my B switch up, that's going to turn off the sound entirely. So even if you'll hear the volume, but most of the sound, the engine sound that is, the engine sound could be turned off. So we could still drive around. If you don't want to hear the engine, you could have the ability to turn the engine off, the sound off, but still get the machine guns, still get the barrel, still get the machine guns, and all that noise if you want to hear it specific. And it might not sound best to you because it's probably coming through my lav mic, but it is a beautiful sounding tank speaker system compared to some of the other models that we got. So then I'm going to bring everything, so now I'm going to bring all the switches back up, and now that is going to turn everything back off, and now you'd have to start that whole process again if you want to get everything going again. So she's still armed, but again, I'm back in that same position I was at the beginning. So if you got lost a little bit, rewind and play through it again, but it's pretty simple once you get going. But overall, guys, I absolutely love this Sherman from Mato. I'm excited. I hope that they send me a Tiger. I want a Tiger 1, and I'd love to get one in the all chrome edition because if you noticed on our website, you could get this tank. The Sherman comes in 2 variations. We have the painted version that you see, and then there's a completely unpainted version of all Mato tanks. So they just come fully chromed, probably how they looked when they came off of the production assembly line before anyone slapped any paint on it and did that. So I'm hoping they send me one of those because some of the other tanks we carry in the Mato lineup have 3 variations, 2 different paint schemes, and that all chrome edition. So I'd love to see one of those. I'd also love to see the Tiger just in general because since all the tanks are 1/16 scale, the Sherman's actually going to be the smallest version of any of the tanks. Most tanks anyway. Sherman was a smaller tank in tank standards because it had to be back then. But all around, super beautiful. You've got doors everywhere, nice scale details all around. You can open the tops of everything and just play around. Really, really beautiful. And a lot of guys, you will not regret the money you spend on a Mato tank after seeing this one and everything you get. But guys, taking it outside, man, what a beautiful model to see it out there, going over the grass, going over the rocks. I've got some dirt in front of my house and some wood chips and such, and really beautiful just to drive it around. But again, I think a lot of guys, similar to our Bancroft brand of warships, a lot of guys might just want to get these to be models because it looks like a beautiful display model, and it's almost like the fact that it does RC is secondary to just how gorgeous the model is as a standalone scale model. So guys, that's going to do it for us here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please don't hesitate. Leave them down below. I try to answer as many as I can. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're a subscriber. If not, hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the like button if you like this sort of content. And as always, guys, thank you for shopping at motionrc.com and motionrc.eu. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.